Hey, everybody, before you watch another great interview, please do us a favor. Give us a subscription and a like. It would really help us out. Now let's get to that interview. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Too Opinionated. I've got a good one for you today. I've got rapper, songwriter, producer, Jaxon with me. So welcome, Jaxon.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jaxon.
Is that your artwork behind you?
That is not my artwork behind me. I'm no painter.
Yeah, I was like, hey, that guy can paint too. That's impressive.
Yeah.
So Jaxon, welcome. So I was telling you off camera that I've been listening to your music. It's really good.
Thank you.
It's really good, and it's Ben and Gail will know. So your people will know that I've often brought up that my gauge for music, whether it's foolproof, whether I can tell if it's good or not. I just play it for the grandkids, and if they wander off, maybe it's not that great. But if they stick around and they kind of stomp and dance around a little bit, you got something. So this, I'm pretty sure this is the first time that I've actually played them any type of rap, and they did pretty good. They did pretty good.
Awesome. That's
yeah,
good
they were bobbing around to that. So that's pretty good stuff. That's obviously that was the audience you were shooting
for. Exactly. How old are the grandkids?
Well, the oldest one won't be 3 till May, and the other ones are younger. So they're pretty young still.
My mother writes children's books. I'll have to send you all some books.
Ooh, definitely.
Yeah. If they stick around for my music, they'll definitely stick around for her books.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a not an easy profession, I think, to write children's books, at least to write good children's books.
She's an Amazon bestseller. She's killing it. She's amazing.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that's terrific. Yeah, that's well, okay. So that's where you must get some of your artistic ability from her. It just comes out musically with you.
For sure. She's definitely one of my biggest inspirations. My whole life, she's been chasing it, and watching someone that close to me go after their dreams has definitely inspired me to do the same.
That's terrific. That's just good parenting.
It is. She's the best parent. Best parent I've ever met. Best parent I've ever had. Yeah.
Is she standing behind you?
No, she's not. She's actually not even. She's about 1,000 miles away right now. But
that's terrific though. That's terrific. Yeah. So let's get into it a little bit. Talk a little bit about where did your love of music come from, and how did you go about getting into kind of the music business?
Yeah, so the love for music started very young. As long as I can remember, I've loved music. Specifically when I was like 7 or 8, my god brother, who's like an older brother to me, his name's Asa, started showing me hip hop and rap music. He's about 8 years older than me, and I just fell in love from a very early age. And then until I was about 15, it was just hip hop and rap, and then I started liking other genres as well. From there, I started freestyling with my friends. Like, we would just go sit in my car at their house and just put on a beat and freestyle for hours for fun, because we thought it was funny and like a good thing to do. And so fell in love with that and started writing my own raps, like just for fun, same thing. And then I had a friend who was making beats on Logic, which is like the Apple software.
Yeah.
And one day he sat me down to teach me how to use it, and I couldn't do like a simple like boom clap drum pattern, and it like drove me crazy. Sat there it's trying to figure it out, and after about 30 minutes it clicked. I got it, and I was sitting there just jamming out to myself and fell in love with that, got hooked. Bought a guitar, bass, drum set, keyboard, and taught myself how to play it all, and here we are today.
Yeah, that's amazing. So did you play like in the school band, or did you do anything as far as school? Has it all been on your own?
When I was about 9, I was in a band. I did. It's called Natural Ear Music in Austin.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
a thing for kids, but really it was like my parents wanted to get me out of the house, and I just went. And all I remember from that is they had Dr. Pepper and Hershey's chocolate bars in the vending machines, and I would just go and get a Dr. Pepper.
That's
So
right.
I was I wasn't very interested at that age. I was much more into sports and stuff. And then actually my first guitar, once I got into it around 17 or 18, was that same guitar from when I was 9. And in that band when I actually like wanted to learn. And then since then I've just taught myself.
Amazing. That's amazing. You're I mean, you surf, right?
Yes, love to surf. It's like music, surfing. It's like surfing's right there.
Where did you learn to surf?
In California, probably.
Yeah.
And then just growing up, whenever we would travel, it was to go surf. My mom loves it as well. My brother, my dad, not so much, but
I love to body surf, and I've always
awesome.
been strangely good at that, which is
Hell
kind
yeah.
of a useless talent, but I've always loved it.
It's so fun. Yeah,
it's
great.
so fun, but I've
Yeah.
never actually got up on a surfboard.
You should try.
Always wanted to. Yeah.
You should definitely try. It's a really, it's just my favorite sort of. It's really the best workout to me. It's the most fun thing to me, and it's like the spiritual thing for me. It's like being out there. You never feel more connected to Mother Earth, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And you instruct a little bit too?
I do, yeah. So just on the lake here, my best friend owns and operates a wakeboard camp. And in the summer, I help him run it, and we have about 200 kids a summer, and that's what I do for work other than music, and do private lessons around the year and camp in the summer.
That's pretty great. That's for a side gig, that's pretty good.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's just I'm out on the lake all day with my best friends, so it's pretty much.
I've tried the water out in California, and I made it out to about my waist and couldn't feel my legs anymore.
Yeah,
it's so cold out there.
It is freezing in California. You need a wetsuit for sure.
Well, I was watching, and there was other people out there without a wetsuit. And I was like, well, it can't be that cold. Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah, I am no good with cold water.
So your new single came out last week?
February 4th, yes.
Yeah. So I want to get it right. Devil's in the Doghouse.
Devil's in the Doghouse, yes, sir.
So talk a little bit about that. What's the song about?
So for me, the initial idea was imagining like if the devil had a boss, I guess, and if the devil's job was to make our lives miserable, when life is good, the devil's in the doghouse, like he's in trouble. So essentially the song is like life is good and the devil's in the doghouse because he's not doing his job of making our life miserable.
Yeah, I love that. Where did that idea come from?
The line "Devil's in the Doghouse" actually came from my favorite artist of all time is Mac Miller.
Yeah.
And he has a line off a song off Faces. I think it's Grand Finale, and he said he says the devil's in my dog's soul. It's swimming in his dog bowl or something like that. And so I was like, took it from that and was like, the devil's in the doghouse, and kind of built the idea from there.
I think it's a great idea for a song. I really like it. I really like it. So listening to it, to me, it had some like mid 90s type of rap hip hop vibe. Is that possible?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mid 90s. When it comes to hip hop, mid 90s in general is like my favorite era of hip hop for sure.
It's because it's a very catchy song, and it's kind of fun. Like you listen to it and it, you know, puts you in a kind of a positive mood.
Good.
But the you know, the music part of it, I was like, I mean, it sounds like something you would hear in the 90s.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was definitely the goal. I wanted to get that sort of soul jazz hip hop feel, and that's yeah.
What are some other artists that you kind of grew up enjoying?
Growing up, my two biggest have been Kid Cudi and Mac Miller in like the last couple years, but from a young age it was Biggie, Tupac, Hobson, uh, 50 Cent, Eminem.
I had a feeling that was the group you were going to kind of
for sure.
talk about.
And then modern now, I love the Isaiah Rashads, Tyler the Creators, all those guys as well.
Yeah. So you're pretty good creator yourself, right? So some of your music has got videos on the website, and I was checking those out, and they're hilarious.
Thank you.
They're really well done. But talk a little bit about that, because you're playing more than one role in some of those.
Yeah. So for this album, I am introducing my band, which is 4 other characters that I'm playing, and we have Francis Lovegood, Demand Dubois, Boogie Billingsley, and Carl. Those are the names, and yeah, they're funny guys. But so the whole idea is, with this album, I'm going to slowly introduce them, make them a part of it, and then my next 4 albums will be their self-titled albums, and I'll make an album through their perspective, like the perspective of that character.
I mean, that's a terrific idea.
Thank you.
I love that. Yeah.
Appreciate
and it's funny, like each person has kind of got their own personality and quirks, and you know, you've got it's like you flesh them out, you know, like it's a whole persona.
I've really tried to. Yeah. It's like kind of taking the different sides of my personality and putting them at the extreme. That's the idea.
Will we see band conflict at some point?
That's a very good question. I'll leave it at yes for now. Yeah. But that was a great question, my friend. Yeah.
There's a lot of, I think there's a lot of opportunity for skits, as well as the music, you know, like behind the scenes type of stuff.
Definitely. The issue there is the money it's costing for editors to put 5 of me in a shot. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it for sure.
How long does it take you to put together a song when you're doing all the different musical instruments plus the actual song?
It really depends on the song. So Devil's in the Doghouse, for example, that one came to me, really like hit me over the head. And every day I wake up and I make a beat. It's the first thing I do. And then I'll write and see if I like it. And for this one, I made the beat and instantly knew what I wanted the lyrics to be and recorded it that same day and sent it to my engineer, and we mixed it later that week and it was done.
That seems pretty quick to me. I was expecting you to say longer.
That one was a fast one. There's a lot of songs on this album that took probably 20 hours cumulatively. Yeah.
What's the name of the album?
Lost and Found.
Lost and Found.
Yeah.
So was this song the first release, or have you released others?
Yes. This is the first single off Lost.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. So I went to your website and I was listening to some, so I wanted to bring up a couple of them. Oh, Wonderful Day.
Wonderful Day, yeah.
Yeah, tell me about that one.
So that one is a special one to me. First off, back back to Mac Miller, he has a song called Blue World.
Yeah.
On his album Circles, the first album that released after he passed, and they sample a group called the Four Freshmen there. It's like the guys singing in the beginning. And so I was just looking up Four Freshmen songs on YouTube and found them covering the Beach Boys song Surfer Girl.
I knew there was a Beach Boy element to that. I was like, man,
Yeah.
that sounds like the Beach Boys.
And so that was that sample, and I was able to get it clear because of the loophole that it was the Four Freshmen cover. So that's special to me. And then I made it. The whole idea was so my really good friend passed this past year, and the whole idea was to celebrate life and be happy rather than sad. My mom has dealt with death a lot in her life.
Yeah.
And I was really struggling after he passed, and she was just peddling the, you really need to celebrate. That's the key to all this. And she's like crazy. Like, I don't know how she handles all the stuff she's been through. And because she's just the most happy-go-lucky person I know. And so I was thinking about that laying in their backyard at their house. And I was just like, so mad. I was like, how does she want me to celebrate? Like, this is bullshit. Like, I want to be sad. And I'm looking up at the sky, and like the highest I've ever seen one, like thousands of feet in the air, a balloon just like floated over my head. And I was like, oh, one of the balloons got loose from his party in heaven. So I guess it's time to celebrate. And I went and made that song.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty great. Was that other friends of his that were in the video?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun video. I mean, it makes you kind of want to get up and move around a little bit.
For sure. Yeah. The goal was to just be as goofy as possible and have a wonderful day. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
When you're, coming up with the idea for the video, what's that like? What's your thought process as far as putting, the music to an actual film?
Yeah. So it depends on the song for sure. I'm trying to like capture the idea of the song in the video. Yeah. And some are more specific than others. Like a few of the videos you'll see on this album are just going to be lyric videos where whether it's me performing it at a concert or walking down the street, just singing it. But Wonderful Day, for example, I just like called all my friends and was like, let's just go have the best day ever and film it. And that's what we did.
Yeah, not a terrible way to spend a day.
No, not at all. We had a lot of fun.
How about Montego Bay?
That video was, God, I can't remember the song. It's a Kendrick Lamar and Pusha T song, but it's just the two of them walking down the street. And like their friends come in and out, and I just like always thought it was like the most simple badass music video. So that video really inspired it. And then I have a super talented friend named Cole Sayer, and I was like texted him and I was like, hey man, will you throw some animations in here? Like, you don't need to go too crazy, like just like little cool things. And he just like went insane and spat his genius all over it and made it super cool. So thank you, Cole.
Yeah, that's pretty great. When I was a senior, I just graduated. So our senior beach trip, like you do when you're graduating, we stayed at Myrtle Beach at the Montego Bay.
Nice.
Well, yes, except it was not. It was the worst hotel.
Oh, really?
It didn't matter. There was like 15 of us stuffed into one room. Yeah. And it was, all we could afford back then, but the best time. So that's when I saw that song, I was like, well, I got to listen to that.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's pretty good. So, where do you hope to take the music as you go forward? So you're going to concentrate for the next several albums on the different personas that you came up with. Will each one be similar, or will they all have kind of their distinct sounds?
Distinct sounds. I'm trying to be I want to do something completely new for each one.
That's pretty great.
I want it to be like, I want Francis Lovegood to be unrecognizable from Jaxon. That's the goal.
Well, I saw the little interview where he was interviewing you, and it took me a minute. I'm like, I mean, they look a little bit alike, but it took a minute. I was like, okay, that's pretty
awesome.
good. Yeah. You need to take each one and have them in their, their other part of their life, whatever they're doing outside of the music. Maybe one of them's working at the coffee shop or something.
That's a good idea. I haven't thought about that. I will definitely think about that.
We're gonna get them out there a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I need all the help I can get.
What made you want to put songs together where you're playing all of these different instruments instead of just going out there and getting a band?
Well, I want a band. Like, the goal is to perform with a band one day. I'll still make all the music, but I just love the atmosphere of performing with a band. But for me, instead of hiring people or whatever, music at the end of the day, what it always has been, especially making the songs, is just like a therapy for me, an addiction. It's my biggest vice above all else. So without that, I probably wouldn't be sane. So to answer your question, for my sanity is why I do it.
What's your best instrument?
I love to play the drums the most, but I'm probably best at piano or guitar.
Very nice. Yeah. Very, very nice. Do you play by ear?
No, I do not. I wish. I do not have perfect pitch or anything like that. How I write songs and make songs is still looking up chords and scales and stuff and just playing from
really
there.
Impressive though, because you're basically self-taught, right?
Yeah,
that's impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah, because when you listen to music, I mean, it sounds like a professional band that's playing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was really impressed. My stepson does some of that where he'll do the different instruments and layer it on top of each other. So I'm a little bit familiar with some of it just from watching him. But you really, I mean, if you were just listening to the song and couldn't see anybody playing, you would think that was a group of 4 or 5 guys.
Hell
playing.
Yeah. That's the goal.
Pretty good. I think the other one that I listened to was One Day.
One Day, yes.
One Day, yeah.
One Day, yeah.
Yeah, tell me about that one.
Man, that one, so every song I've ever released, including Wonderful Day, but Wonderful Day is kind of an exception, was just like, is going back to making music for fun. Like, there wasn't much thought behind it or anything. Like, it was just like, this is what I'm doing for shits and giggles, pretty much. And it got to the point where my friends were like, you should release music. And I was always like, one day I'll release music. Like, one day I'll do it, And they were like, oh, whatever. Like, it's good. Do it. And I was like, yeah, one day, whatever. And so, like, that song is kind of like the whole one day I'll do it. That's like the idea of that song, I guess. Yeah.
All of your music comes across as just, it has a very positive vibe. I mean, was that intentional?
100%. Yeah. The ultimate goal for me in music is just to touch and affect people in a positive way. That's what I'm trying to do. But along with that, there is, like, I'm human at the end of the day. I can't always be positive. So I really do want to capture every side of the human experience that's at some point, like sad songs, mad songs, whatnot. So there will be some less positive songs in the future.
When you release sad songs, is everybody in your friend group and your family going to be calling to make sure you're okay?
We'll see. I hope so. I mean, if you want to really know me, you got and know how I'm feeling, you got to listen to my music. So if I release a sad song and they hear it, I hope they reach out. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. If you had the opportunity to play or to rap with one person or one group, who would it be?
Mac Miller, easy.
Yeah.
Sure.
I would love to see that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, he is my hero in every sense of the word.
Yeah, that's terrific. Have you got to play any live events?
Yeah, I actually have a show this Friday.
Really?
Yeah, this Friday and next Saturday. I got 2 shows coming up.
Yeah, what's that like?
I mean, it's my favorite thing in the world, performing live. There's nothing better. This Friday I'm really excited. It'll be a good show. Got a lot of friends coming, a lot of good people coming, so I'm really excited.
Yeah, that's pretty great. When you do those live shows, is it all your music, or do you cover some other music as well?
It's all mine. I've done in the past like a set where I will throw in some popular songs as well, but like I won't perform them. I just like jam out with everybody in the crowd. It's like I get to curate the vibe, I guess.
Yeah. Not bad. It's almost like a little bit of DJing in there.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's really
My
cool.
computer is actually about to die, so I'm gonna take you upstairs with me and throw it on.
All right, I'll hit pause. Okay, we're back. Crisis diverted. Do you have plans to tour at some point?
For sure. I mean, that is the ultimate goal. I want to tour the world. For now, I'm only booking shows in Austin just because lack of means and resources. But I am constantly looking for opportunity. Yeah. We
gotta get you booked in some surfing towns.
Yes. That's the target audience for sure. And that'll just be make a little vacation out of it. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Exactly. That's what I'm
play music at night and surf during the day.
Yep. That's what I'm trying to do. That is the goal.
So what's your next song that's going to be coming out?
It's called But a Dumb, and it comes out on not English. No, it's really no language, but it's called But a Dumb, and it comes out March 4th.
Okay, what's that one about?
This one is just a pretty honest window into what, for me, it's me looking at my life for what it really is, and just being accepting and appreciative of it.
Yeah, that's pretty great. That's pretty great. So now that I've watched you, kind of take on these other personalities, I mean, have you thought about getting into acting?
It's never really crossed my mind, but I do enjoy doing it. I think if the opportunity presented itself, I would go for it for sure. But right now, it's not something I'm trying to pursue now.
Yeah, I mean, you're very positive, good-looking guy. You seem comfortable on camera. Seems like you could act.
Maybe, yeah. Who knows?
Just throwing it out there.
Kid Cudi does. Kid Cudi did it, so maybe I could.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Maybe you could, write your own little script.
Maybe, yeah. Make a little short film.
Well, yeah, that's where you got to start. Start smaller because it gets complicated fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. So when can we expect like the full album to be
out? I don't have an exact date yet, but it will be in June. June something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fairly soon.
Yeah.
So is the plan to like release a song a month up until June?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. So is there a genre of music that you would like to try sometime?
Yeah, for sure. This album is kind of taking soul funk, like 60s, 70s soul funk, and mixing it in with 90s hip hop. That was like the idea. Like making a modern soul funk album, but I can't sing. I can't sing, so I'm rapping throughout the entirety of the album. And something I'm working on is being able to sing. So I'd really like to make like a proper soul funk album at some point with singing.
I think you sell yourself short with the singing, because just, the even your rapping is similar to someone just singing. I mean, it's got a good sound to it. Yeah.
I appreciate that. I've been working on it.
You just need to get out there and try it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm trying.
Well, Jaxon, thank you so much. This has just been a blast. I'm a big fan of yours now.
Thank you.
You're a surfer, so that puts you up a couple notches with me. And you're doing, I was in college in the late 80s, early 90s stuff, when that hip hop stuff was just really, really popular and stuff. So, knowing that influence is there. And then you're going back to the 60s and 70s, which is my favorite music ever. I mean, to me, it's a great sound. I never would have thought to mix the two, but you do it really well.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So a couple of things before we wrap up. Anything else that you're working on that we can kind of keep an eye out for?
Francis Lovegood, self-titled album coming before the end of the year. He's really excited. He couldn't be here today. I wish he could.
He seems like a very confident guy.
He is. He's confident for sure.
Yeah. Will the whole band be helping out with this?
Yes. Yeah, they will. I'm helping him produce and write on this album.
Oh, very nice. Isn't one of the guys supposed to be from Norway?
Yes.
Yeah, which one?
Dumaine Dubois.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it that they've all got these kind of funky names, and then it's Carl.
Yeah, Carl. Yeah.
Oh, poor Carl.
Yeah.
Well, Jaxon, so where can we find your music? Where are you on social media?
So Spotify, Apple Music. I'm on every other streaming platform as well, but I'm sure those are the main two for most people. Yeah. I'm under the name Jaxon, Jaxon. I know that's confusing, but my parents gave me the name. Sorry about that.
I think it's actually really good for a musician.
Yeah, it stands out. But
it stands out.
It's tough.
And it's like if you type in Jaxon, you come up. It's not like you're having to fight a bunch of other people. It's you.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just tough when I forget to explain, because if someone's like, where can I hear your music? I'm like, look up Jaxon. And they're like, I can't find you. But yeah. And then Instagram, Jaxon Cronenberg. Tough last name too. Kronen should pop up. And just got a TikTok as well. Jaxon. Posted my first TikTok yesterday.
Oh, congrats. That's a tough one, but the stuff you're doing, I would think would lend itself right to TikTok.
I sure hope so. That's the idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Good for you. What about the website?
And then JaxonCronenberg.com, yes, is the website.
Yeah, it's a pretty good website. Do you do it yourself, or somebody helping you with that?
No, it's a company, a great company. I wish I remembered the name right now. I have to look, but it's an automated website.
They do a pretty good job with it.
Yeah, it's super helpful. Let me see if I can find the name. Jamfeed is the website. Yeah. Jamfeed, yeah. Shout out Jamfeed. They're great. Every time I post a song or a music video, it just pops up on my website. They got it figured out over there.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome because you definitely need a good website when you're trying to, get your name out there and stuff. And this one it's pretty easy to navigate. Really good.
Sure.
Well, thank you so much, Jaxon. This has been a blast. You've got to come back maybe when the album.
Yes, I would love to.
Yeah. And then we can talk about all of it.
Heck yeah.
Bring the boys.
I will. I'll try. I'll do my best.
All right, Jaxon, hold on a second. All right, so that was the super talented Jaxon. I hope you guys enjoyed that. His music is really, really fun and good. So definitely check that out. Do yourself a favor. If you like hip hop mixed with 60s and 70s style music. I mean, it's amazing. I never would have thought about that combination, but he does it really, really well. And the videos are fun and have some humor in them. I love the different characters he plays. A lot of people out there are talented enough to play multiple instruments and make their own music where they're basically their own band. But I've never seen someone actually give each, instrument its own personality. I love it. I love it. So good. So good. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again this week. Definitely don't take that for granted. We could use your help, especially with our YouTube channel, MeisterCon Pod. Please subscribe. Those subscriptions really help us attract guests for the show, and we have had now hundreds of them. I think we're up to about 350 episodes, and we want to keep bringing quality programming, quality guests to you. So if you're inclined, really appreciate that subscription, and that goes for the audio side as well, wherever you're listening to your audio podcast. You can find all 350 episodes, audio and video, on our website, meistercon.com. There's a fun blog. We just, Brett just put up a new geeky post talking about Star Wars, really good. If we're doing anything in studio, if we're going on location, if we're covering a convention, which we haven't done in a while, but we're hoping to get back into that soon. All that will be on the website, meistercon.com. So until next time, thank you guys so much. Bye, everybody.